Larry, we should never have anyone on the show who's cuter than us.
Well, it's tough luck. We have Franklin here today. I'm babysitting.
Welcome to Gresham on the Go, a fast-paced monthly news show where we'll take you places, talk to interesting people, and give you the highlights you need to stay informed and get involved in our community. I'm your host, Jill Bradley, and our co-host, Larry Morgan, will be with us in just a few. Right now, we're at the site of the Downtown Rockwood development project at the intersection of Stark and Burnside. This is an urban renewal public-private partnership between the City of Gresham's Redevelopment Commission and RKM Development. This beautiful building is the Innovation Hub, a brand new business center featuring community services handpicked for the neighborhood's needs. Here to talk to us about the latest is Emily Bauer, Redevelopment Commission Executive Director, and Roy Kim, the owner of RKM Development.
This is the construction of the Rockwood Market Hall, which will be filled with ethnic grocers, small businesses, restaurants, a commissary kitchen. It will be a very dynamic and exciting place to be. We are really wanting to make this a community hub for everyone to be able to access their daily needs, whether it's childcare, training, medical appointments, or just picking up things at the grocery.
So, is it too late to get in on the market hall if I have a business idea? How would I get started?
Not too late at all. If it's an idea, if it's just a concept, the city and our development partners, we have resources that we can connect you with to really fully develop and realize your business dreams.
The Innovation Center with WorkSource Oregon and Wallace Medical Center, and we have Oregon Tradeswomen, which is a training to lift everybody up. So it is community raising up of the community.
And now I'm joined by co-host Larry Morgan outside Gresham City Hall to cue up highlights for a special interview provided to us by our media partner, MetroEast Community Media.
Yeah, thank you, Jill. Monica Weitzel, host of Community Hotline, recently had the chance to sit down with Mayor Stovall for an informative conversation touching on many issues he's been dealing with over the first couple of months. Everything from the city's response to COVID and the pandemic, the city's budget and those challenges, and a big deal, the issues around community engagement and how we can better include everybody in our population. And lastly, the great work being done in diversity, equity, and inclusion. Let's take a listen.
When I think about the kind of the tagline that I utilized when we were running, it wasn't just something that I wanted to develop. That Gresham Together was really, truly the passion that I have for our city about bringing Gresham together. How do we make sure that everybody's included in the conversations as we move forward, and everybody's included in the opportunities for equitable economic development and things of that sort? How do we bring people from poverty to prosperity? You know, I think we're in a unique period in time. I think from a social justice and racial equity conversation, I think more folks are open to kind of the plight of people of color in our country than we've ever seen in our history. And so that gives me hope, but it also is a lived experience that I can bring organically to conversations and discussions we need to have.
Well, I learned things I didn't know before. I hope everyone else did too. Did you know March is Women's History Month? To mark this important occasion, we're doing fast-paced interviews with important leaders in our community. What woman influenced you most?
There is many, and I would say my mom, but in history, I'm going to say Susan B. Anthony. She stood up for women's rights, paved the way for us to be able to vote. Her tenacity in that trail was amazing. She just never stopped. Her family really paved the way for many, many rights.
What do you want our viewers to most remember about Susan B. Anthony?
Sorry, showing my props, votes, that's part of it, right? Honor her legacy, be part of the process, make sure that you vote and fight for what is right and help shape the future of our world.
Councilor Piazza,
What woman in history influenced you the most?
I would have to say that Deborah from the Old Testament influenced me the most. She held a position way back then that really no other woman today holds. It would be like today taking Condoleezza Rice and Ruth Bader Ginsburg and making them one person in her influence as a prophetess and a judge in those times.
What do you want our viewers to remember most about Deborah?
That she was told that she couldn't, she shouldn't, she wouldn't, but she did.
What woman influenced you most?
In history, I would say Fern Hobbs, Mrs. Fern Hobbs, and she was a private secretary for Governor West, and she shut down a city called Copperfield during the Prohibition. She was strong. She was an amazing person. I think if she was alive today, she'd probably be the first woman president of the United States. She's just a perfect example of just never giving up. She overcame so many odds. She overcame so many barriers. She always stayed true to herself. She was very humble, but also very strong.
Mr. Mayor, which woman in history influenced you the most?
It absolutely is my mother. She's an incredible woman. Strength and compassion is really what comes to mind when I think about my mother and her desire to raise her 4 kids and allow them the opportunity to have a different lot in life than what she had. She absolutely laid the foundation for an amazing opportunity for her 4 kids. Her and my dad did a phenomenal job of raising us and giving us opportunities that they didn't have. There's one thing that she constantly said when we were kids. She said, can't and never should not be in our vocabulary. She was a woman of strength, a woman of hard work and dedication and determination, and that has left an indelible mark on myself and I'm sure my 3 siblings.
What an amazing woman. Mr. Mayor, thank you.
Thank you.